Archangel Michael is standing right beside your spirit even now, sword drawn, wings wide, eyes blazing. He's not here for decoration, he's here because the war for your destiny has already been declared, and the moment you said yes, he stepped into position. The darkness that tried to strangle you last year, it's trembling now. The voice that whispered you were too late, it's silenced now. The curses that followed your bloodline, broken now because someone in your family had to be the one, someone had to say yes, someone had to break the chain, and heaven waited patiently, waited for generations for you. That's why this miracle is so much bigger than you. You think it's about money, you think it's about love, you think it's about recognition, but this is about destiny, this is about eternity, this is about the fact that something divine is trying to be born through your life, and it will not be aborted, not by fear, not by trauma, not by unworthiness, not by lies. And now that you've said yes, heaven is accelerating everything. Delays are being reversed, time is being redeemed, people who forgot about you are suddenly being reminded of you, resources are waking up and running toward your name, and not because you chased them, because you aligned, you opened the gate, you became available, you said, "Here I am, God, even if I'm tired, even if I'm scared, even if I don't understand it, here I am." And that, beloved, is all God needed. He didn't need you to be perfect, He didn't need you to be fearless, He needed you to be present, and now you are, and now it begins. But I must tell you this with sacred clarity, as the blessing comes, so will the distraction, as the doors open, so will the doubts, as the phone rings, so will the old fears try to crawl back in, but you must not let them in. You must remember this moment, remember this presence, remember this fire burning in your chest right now, because the enemy doesn't fear your shout, he fears your alignment, he fears your silence that trusts. He fears your yes that doesn't need a sign. So guard your energy, guard your circle, guard your words. This is not the season to explain what God is doing to people who weren't there when you almost didn't survive. This is not the time to justify the miracle to those who didn't see the war. You owe no one an explanation for your glow, your joy, your peace, your success, your blessings. Let them wonder, let them gossip, let them watch. Just keep walking, keep rising, keep obeying, because now you carry something, now you are marked, and now the very air around you will begin to change. Your presence will disrupt things you didn't even speak to, your voice will heal wounds you didn't even touch, your silence will confuse spirits that once tormented you, because now you carry the residue of a divine yes. Now you're the evidence of what happens when someone believes, even with shaking hands. Now you're the prophecy in motion, and you won't have to chase anything, it's already on the way. The miracle isn't behind you anymore, it's ahead of you, waiting for you to walk into it fully, and as you do, watch what happens, watch who comes back to apologize, watch who tries to reattach, watch who confesses they didn't believe in you. But now they see it. Watch how the heavens repay you for every time you stayed silent just to keep peace. Watch how God fills your cup until it spills over in public. Because when God exalts a heart that was faithful in the secret place, He does it loud. He does it fast, He does it undeniably. And beloved, He's doing it now. Now breathe this in deeply, my beloved, because what is flowing into your spirit now cannot be taught, cannot be mimicked, cannot be manufactured, it is only received, and your soul, even if it's been weary, even if it's been bruised by years of waiting and wandering, your soul knows this is real, it knows this frequency, it knows this flame, it recognizes the sound of heaven's voice gently wrapping itself around your name. And that's why you haven't looked away, that's why your heart has stayed here even when your mind tried to interrupt, because you, chosen one, are finally stepping into the vibration of your own divine appointment. You've circled this moment for lifetimes, you've danced around this calling in dreams and glimpses, but now it's face to face, now it's undeniable, now it's time. And don't think for a second that this message is only words, it's a living thing, it's a spiritual scroll sent directly to your soul. It is not passive, it is not decorative, it is filled with instructions, revelations, and frequencies that are breaking curses off your life with every breath you take. Even now, yes, right now, something ancient that was wrapped around your finances, your health, your confidence, your voice, your future is unraveling, a heavy knot in the spirit is loosening, the weight is lifting, the veil is parting, and you didn't even have to do anything but say yes. That's how powerful God is, that's how favored you are, that's how long heaven has been waiting for this one moment of surrender from you. Archangel Michael is still standing over you, not just as a protector now, but as a witness, because what's being activated through your yes will ripple into places you haven't even imagined yet. People you haven't met will be transformed by the blessings that are about to overflow through your life. Territories you didn't even ask for are being handed to you. Doors that were locked for your parents and grandparents will swing wide open just because you had the courage to believe again. And this next part is hard for the mind, but your spirit already knows it. You don't owe anyone an apology for what God is about to do through you. There are people who have underestimated you, people who have laughed behind your back, people who were comfortable with you only when you stayed quiet, small, and obedient to their version of your story. But the story God wrote was never supposed to be small. The promise was never supposed to be average. You were never supposed to fit in, you were born to stand out, to break patterns, to disturb comfort zones with holy disruption. That's why life never made sense when you tried to play it safe. That's why relationships fell apart when you tried to dim your light. That's why the world could never hold you the way your spirit needed, because your soul was made for something more. And now that more is finally here. And beloved, what's coming won't just restore what you lost, it will multiply it. This is not the season of slow recovery. This is the season of sudden reward. This is the time where your obedience becomes the magnet for miracles. Every yes you whispered in the dark, it's being shouted in heaven right now. Every seed you sowed in silence, it's growing in places that will soon overflow with fruit, so divine people will stare in wonder. This is the kind of harvest that makes people ask, what did they do to deserve that? And the only answer will be, they said yes when it was hardest to believe. Now hold on to this, because what I'm about to reveal is sacred. Heaven has set an angelic countdown in motion within the next 3 days. Yes, exactly 3 Earth days. There will be a sign, a message, a call, a shift. It won't be loud, it may come in a small moment, but your spirit will feel the wind, you'll know, you'll recognize the divine breath on it, and you must respond, not with fear, not with second guessing, with faith, with joy, with the same kind of bold surrender you gave when you opened this message and stayed. Don't question it, don't poll others for their opinion. This miracle was never for the crowd. It was always for you, because you are the chosen one, not just by word, but by lineage, by agreement, by fire, by love. You are the bloodline breaker, the miracle carrier, the one that the darkness tried hardest to destroy, because it knew if you survived long enough to believe you'd become unstoppable. And you are, even now, even with trembling knees and a soft voice, you are becoming a living prophecy, a walking tabernacle, a vessel so holy that heaven cannot ignore your presence any longer. So get ready, get expectant, because your environment is about to obey your anointing. What once resisted you will now bless you. What once ignored you will now pursue you. What once drained you will now elevate you. And you won't have to chase anything. It will all come to you because God has commanded it. This isn't motivation. This is divine instruction. This isn't a sweet message. This is a royal decree. And it's sealed in heaven by fire.